HYROX Cardiff. Hopefully you all know when it is by now because it is around the corner. Um, 29th of April to the 4th of May. It is at the Principality Stadium. Again, hopefully you already know this, but it's there. Good venue, stadium venue. First time I've done a stadium venue personally, so looking forward to it. And great spectating, hopefully. In terms of the venue and getting there, travel, it's pretty straightforward. The train is from Liverpool Street, Lizzie Line to Paddington, um, and then just straight over to Cardiff. Haven't got to change after that. The train station is literally opposite the venue, so if you're going up on the day, that's nice and straightforward. If you're travelling up and staying up, I think most people are staying nearby anyway from the EP lot, so that's nice and straightforward. Driving wise, for those who are driving, parking, it looks like there's lots of options, but it does look fairly expensive. If you're already used to parking in London, I'm sure that won't be an issue. But yeah, it does look pretty expensive. Um, and when you're close and you're walking up to the venue, it'll be well signposted. So I'm not fully sure whereabouts you enter when you turn up, but it will be, uh, yeah, clearly signposted. It'll be a big stadium. You can't really miss it, which should be good. What to expect on the day? There's 30 from EP, I think, but it might be bang on, might be slightly over. But great turnout again. Um, Arrived nice and early. They've been making the check-in better and better. They had a few hiccups in London, but yeah, just make sure they're nice and early just to keep any stress away. There'll be plenty of red EP kind of tops around, so keep an eye out just to help you familiarise yourself with the layout and where everything is. If someone's already there, they'll know better than someone who's just turned up. We'll point you to where the warm-up area is and make sure you've got plenty of time to get ready for your race. We will also give you a warm-up if you need something to follow. That is absolutely fine. And yeah, in terms of if it is your first race, just so you know, all stations are clearly labelled and we'll break all of them down for you. I might not do each section in terms of, sorry, each station in terms of the race, but I can send all those things out if needs be. Um, a quick reminder of the competition. I'm not going to run through that. I'm hoping at this point you're pretty familiar with it, but it's there in case you want to familiar yourself so you can pause it. The map and the laps. So we'll come to the laps and stuff in a minute. I'll zoom in on this to make it a bit easier, but this is just an overview. So you come in, it looks like Wood Street End, enter through here straight into registration. If you're nice and early, they might not let you do your athlete check-in. So you might just have to check in as a spectator to wander around to start with. They have been fairly lenient on this, but on the sign-ups, it does say they'll only let you check in 90 minutes before, which is fine. Don't panic. These queues have been relatively good in the last few, like I say. Um, Having not done this one, I can't talk about the levels of all of this too much, but it appears to be that this little grandstand is the lower seating of, or lower tier of seating. So all of this stuff is up on like sort of the concourse level. Um, could be wrong, but yes, there will be some levels to this. High Rocks, in terms of spectating, there's this nice bridge over here, so you can get nice and close to the action. Maybe not quite as close as some of you have been used to in London, just because it's a slightly smaller circuit, but there is lots of seating around the edge as well, so plenty of options for that. Um, let's get straight into the nitty-gritty. So let's zoom in. So the warm-up area is over the top here. This kind of arrow into the abyss is, I think, because you'll come through a back way because the start tunnel is actually in the main players' tunnel of the stadium, which is pretty cool. So you'll be loaded up in here and then sent out a bit of a right angle, um, yeah, to the usual cheesy entrance music. For your first run, you'll go in the fourth time you see the inn, so it'll be 3.5 laps of the venue. So you'll come out of the tunnel, you'll run anti-clockwise, you'll go past the inn once, twice, three times, and then on the fourth time you go or see the inn, you'll go in. You'll then go to the left, do your ski, finish your ski, you'll come out the ski section, out of the out banner, and you'll go in the fourth time you see the inn. So what's nice is you see it straight away. So it's basically just 3 laps. You'll see it once, twice, three times, and then on the fourth time you see it, you come in. Over to the sled push, do your sled push, come back out the sled push, out exactly the same again, once, twice, three times, and then in on the fourth. Sled pull, again, exactly the same. Out, straight past it, once, twice, three times, in on the fourth. Then it changes ever so slightly. So you're going to go into the burpees, and then you'll go and complete the burpees and whatever order to say. But you end at this end here. So when you come out of the burpees, just got to make sure you then run past the in the rock zone to go back out onto the running course. That does make sense. Obviously, always go out the out, always go in the in, but it might just be a little bit of a surprise because you're going to go back past the in a second. So you go straight past, and the runs are the same. But make sure, yeah, like I say, to run down to the out, past the in once, twice, three times, and then in on the fourth time you see the in. Down to the rower. Exactly the same with the rower. Complete your row, come out, run back through the rock zone, past the in sign, out onto the running course. Now, this is where it changes again. This time, you don't need to look at this in sign. You're going to look at the farmer's carry, which is on the other side of the track. So we've come out of the row, we're going round the run course the same way, and now you're counting this banner here, the farmer's carry. So in on the fourth time you see the farmer's carry. So it's once, twice, three times in on the fourth. So it's a slightly longer run. Oh, we flicked off it. Slightly longer run for the sixth run for the farmer's carry. You'll then complete your farmer's carry, 2 laps of the farmer's loop. Um, Come back out. Now this time it's a slightly shorter run because you're going to go in the third time. Excuse me. The third time you see the in banner this time. So it's going to be round the run track again. Once, twice, and then in on the third. So it's not quite 3 laps this time. Then you'll come up to the sandbag lunges, complete your lunges, go back down to the out, come out of the out, and then again, this one's slightly different as well. You're going to go in the fourth time you see the wall balls. Now, they haven't actually marked this fully here, but we're assuming it's going to be here. So you come out of the out, run round the run course, you go past the wall ball in once, twice, three times, and then on the fourth time you see that wall ball in arch, you'll come in. Complete the wall balls, run to the finish, celebrate. Fantastic. Um, so essentially, run number one is 3.5 laps. That is also the same for run number eight. You'll just finish on opposite sides. Excuse me. Runs number 2 to 5 are pretty much exactly 3 laps. Even though you're going on the fourth, they're pretty much exactly 3 laps. Run number six is ever so slightly longer because you run down to the farmer's carry, and run number seven is ever so slightly shorter because you only go in the third time you see the in arch. All of this stuff makes so much more sense when you're there and you can see it in front of you. There will be a big screen telling you, probably on this corner, uh, how many laps you've done. I appreciate when it's really busy, it is hard to see that, but that will be there just to back it up. We can go through little tips and tricks if you need to, um, as to how we can help you remember what lap you're on. But for now, don't stress about all of that. It will look a lot easier when we're in there, and there'll be a lot of people supporting and cheering that will help you try and remember where you're at. So it'll be good fun. It's a good venue, and yeah, nothing to stress about. The relay team, laps might be slightly different for this one. I would expect they will be slightly different, just because of the way the relay zone is back over here. So we'll find out all of that in the briefing. I'm not going to try and speculate on that, but it will probably be different for the relay, which is fine. Um, yeah, let's not bog you down with any more course stuff. It's there. It's a little bit confusing, but it's not as bad as it looks. In terms of the stations and stuff, like I said, they're all on the slides here. If you need any help to go over these, especially if it's one of your first ones or your first one, then we can go through these at any point, but I won't go through them on here. Um, Other than that, let's enjoy it. Nothing to stress about, nothing you haven't done before. Let's go EPT.